So hello guys and welcome to rimworld 100 days. So I started out by choosing a scenario which I chose the Lost Tribe because there was a lot of people and yeah, that's all. I just chose it because there was a lot of people. After that I chose the storyteller, which was Phoebe Chillax, and chose the difficulty community builder because I'm bad at the game. Don't worry about it. And reload anytime mode because still the same reason. After this, I chose where I would like my settlement to be, and it was somewhere where there was a permanent summer, and it was fertile 50 to 60 days a year. So in the end, I started my colony with 5 people, a little bit of money, and really not much food for 5 people. I first started by allowing them to take things on the ground because they couldn't, and by building a house with some beds, but only on the floor. They didn't have the technology unlocked for normal beds, so they slept on the floor for a pretty long time before they did have real beds. So after this, I made them plant crops and made them make a fuel stove, a crafting bench, an art bench, and a butchery table. Because they're kind of essential for them to live. And yeah. So after this, I started assigning them some tasks. That means assigning every single task to everybody, because there's not much people and it's pretty hard to just let one person do one thing if he's alone. So after this, I decided to make them research complex furnitures because they kind of need a bed and some other things. So in the meantime, I did make them do some other things like expanding the crops or doing some other things, but we kind of needed food and we didn't have any more food at all. Our iguana got killed by a puma because it was hungry. And yeah, so we kind of needed food really bad because we were starting to starve because the rice didn't wasn't ready until 3 days after. And so we just chased a rabbit. Yeah, that's all. We chased a rabbit and probably made some more research and put some things more in order into the work things. For the assignment of work, I put some order in there, and yeah. So at some point, they gave me the choice to choose the name of my faction, or no, my settlement, and the other thing, so I decided it would be the Oranges and Liguana, because it wasn't a name, and I just decided that Liguana was gonna be because of the iguana, that in honor of the iguana. Okay, that's simple. So one of my colonists finished the research for the complex furnitures, and so I decided to put some beds and a room full of beds for later other purposes than my colonists themselves. They did have 5 beds though, and another one for healing, though after I decided to put some other research in complex clothing because they're humans and they need clothing for sure, because it might be hot all the time. It doesn't mean they don't need clothing. So here I got attacked by my first raid, which was only one man, and so he got beaten pretty easily because he had traits delicate and wimp. It's that means delicate means that he takes more damage, and wimp, I don't know what it does, but apparently it does something bad to him, which makes him unable to do something, or I don't know. But he was pretty weak. Later on, I discovered that this man couldn't create riots or anything because of his genes that would make him unable to do so. And that simply meant he couldn't escape of prison by himself. So as you can see here, I got some visitors, and I kind of tried to capture them, but it didn't go as planned, and opossum got killed by a child. Yes, an adult got killed by a child because I think the child got a mass or something, and apparently he was drunker or something. But yeah, that's simply it. She got killed by a child. That's kind of dumb, but dumb ways to die, you know. I wanted to capture the child, but sadly, it wasn't able to escape or to get captured, so there is only one option, and you know what it is. So yeah, that's mostly it. Nobody else got killed, though. They got injured really bad, and there was some more emergencies later. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say. Um, the dog. We had a dog, and it kind of got angry and was going on a rampage, and almost killed two people, including a prisoner. And the dog survived and everything. Everybody survived in this, but it's still a big problem. So I got a quest about someone of nobility who got chased by a Yakshir, and in the end he got back safe to his to where he came from, and we got a nobility thing. So what someone got no was has become noble or had a noble title, and I think it was blue. So someone from the wild came earlier, and we have been able to capture her and tame her later on because yeah, we did need another member since one of them accidentally died because of a child. So here, as you can see, I made someone of my colony a kind of priest because apparently they were sad that they didn't have one, so we kind of needed one. And at the same time, I made some graves. I made some graves, and I buried her and I had a burial for her at the same time for the opossum. And so yeah, it made everybody have great mood, and it was fine after. So right before all of this, I made my colonists make noble clothing because I'm not sure if it was going to be useful later, but I did make them even if because it might be, I don't know. So here I made Blue go all the way to a broken empire close by, just by to the end know that I couldn't enter it or do anything with it. So I just came back, and there was not much achievements, but still. So later on, I got attacked by a raider, and he hurt one of my colonists because I don't think it was strong enough for it to unalive this man. So I decided to make it run in circles and get Sam to attack the raider with her bow. And yeah, in the end we won, and nobody was really much hurt. He just needed a little bit of tending, but that's all. So as you can see here, I expanded my farm by adding some heal roots, some corn, and some cotton plants, which would be really useful later because it is healing food and some tissue. So here I got a quest for saving the sister of Sam, which was hurt somewhere. And so I went and was attacked by a tribal, and it was pretty easy to defend myself from it. I think I took it home, and I was able to take him with me and take everybody else with me. But I took a dog and Blue to go because Blue was the master of the dog, and so it was pretty easy to help him. So yeah, I took her back home, healed her, and she joined my clan, so it's cool. So at the start of the 25, I started researching electricity, and I moved the rice crops further down because these ones had were sick. So I needed to move them so I could get some food. So here, one of my colonists started to go crazy and started to attack the two prisoners and to their own cells. I still don't know why. Maybe her moral was really down or something, but she still went back to the medical bed because she was hurt pretty bad. As for the two prisoners, the two of them were not that much hurt, but still enough hurt to get down on the ground.